Campos and the maintenance worker as he's telling him to get down. To move out of the way. So it also moves up the timeline in terms of the shooting coming out into the hallway, and then it seems like 40 seconds later, which is the timeline that MGM put out, he just turned around and started firing out those windows. But it may have triggered him to move more quickly in the shooting of the concert than he had originally planned. No?
It's very possible. We don't know what he originally planned as far as he clearly had to be done within a very short proximity because it was the last act of the show.
Yeah.
So that's
well, there was some speculation by Mark Furman that he might have wanted to wait until the lights came up and the show was over, which is what we saw happen in Manchester. And it's possible that was where he went. I do want to get your thoughts on the fuel tanks, because that was the other thing that he confirmed this afternoon, that the fuel tanks at McCarran Airport were intentionally fired upon. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and that's very disturbing, of course. This guy wanted to commit as much mayhem and murder as he possibly could. And I guess he figured out after he fired a couple rounds at the tanks and they didn't explode that was a waste of time, which in essence it was because of the design of those tanks. But one thing I really want to impart here is what the sheriff said about the bravery of the Metro law enforcement officers. It was exceedingly brave. What those officers encountered was something unprecedented in law enforcement history, and I know personally from some of my friends who were there and partook in this incredible tragedy, that this was going to have a tremendous, long-lasting effect, and those men and women who responded did so with great professionalism and great bravery.
And that was very emotional, and we're going to play that a little bit later in the program tonight. Randy Sutton, thank you so much for being here tonight.
But Sean Watson.